What's going on? My name's Spencer. I'm 29 years old. I'm currently cycling from the UK to Australia, a big 20,000 kilometer trip. And in this video today, I'm going to be taking through the full setup from the bike to all the things that go into the bag, and also that big ass route that I'm going to be going up. So at this moment in time, I'm currently out here in Turkey, in Istanbul at the minute, 3,500 kilometers into the trip so far. And it has been an amazing trip, other than the first 12 days when I ended up crashing my bike. But in that time as well, I've managed to work on a farm in Belgium. I've gone through some of the hardest passes in the Alps, through the Dolomites, through the Swiss Alps, Grimsel Pass, Passo Jau, which I thought I was gonna die on that, to be honest with you. But we made it through, and the reward going down was incredible, and also coming down the coastline and going through countries that I've never been through before. So yeah, the trip as a whole so far has been incredible. That being said, the video that was meant to be releasing today from Dubrovnik all the way to Istanbul, I was editing the footage yesterday and I managed to delete all the footage because I'm an absolute sausage. So I thought, what better way to turn something bad into something good, and I thought I'd keep you guys updated with obviously the setup that I've got and the route that I'm taking. So before we get down into everything and anything, let me tell you, I am a bit biased towards my bikepacking setup, and I believe I've got the best bikepacking setup out there. From the bags all the way down to the bike, this bike is built for pure comfort. And I think that's what we're going to start with. We'll start with the bike, then move on to the bags, and then move into the things that we're going to be taking in the bags, or what we have been taking in the bags. And I say we, I mean me. So yeah, starting off with the bike, I am running on the Specialized STR Pro, and it is an incredible bike, like I say. It is a carbon frame. I know some people might be against that, but it is a Fact 11R carbon frame from Specialized, and they have really thought about comfort when it comes down to this bike. It comes with a front and rear suspension system. You've got 30mm in the back of the bike, at the back of the frame, and then you've got 20mm at the front. And I usually keep the 20mm on at the front at all times, just because going over potholes or certain things in the road, whether I come over rough terrain, it just makes it a lot more smoother. Let's say I am riding on gravel, that's when I kind of turn on the 30mm at the rear, but I usually keep that turned off when I'm riding on the roads, which is most of the times. Not only is this frame built for comfort, but it also has an internal SWAT storage system, and with this storage system, it has been a game changer for me. The last trip that I went out on, I didn't have something like this, and all my puncture repair kit would be at the bottom of my pannier bag. So whenever I got a puncture, I had to take off all my stuff, take out all my stuff from my bag just to get to the puncture repair kit and sort it out, basically. And with this right now, I can just put all my puncture repair kit in there. It fits inner tubes in there, and also fits a pump with the Allen keys. It can fit so much in there for such a small space. Moving on to the group set on this bike has been incredible to be on. I mean, compared to what I was riding on before, it is the SRAM Force ETAP AXS. It is a one bike coming with a 12-speed rear derailleur, what has a 1050T cassette on it, with also the front chainring being a 40T. I'm not gonna lie to you, when I was going through the Alps, I was struggling on this bike a little bit. I kind of wish I did have the 2x on there, but once me realizing that I did only give myself 4 weeks to train for this, coming off the back of a 3.5-month backpacking trip around South America where I didn't really do too much, it wasn't the bike's fault, it was my fault. I needed to have more training on the bike and get myself into the swing of things of being on the bike as well. And after 5-6 weeks of being on the trip, I have no problems with it at all. I mean, going up hills with the 1050T cassette on the back, it makes it pretty easy to go up there. Also touching on the group set as well, I have never ran on an electrical group set before. With the ETAP, it's been crazy good. Like, I wasn't too sure about it because I've heard everyone just slags it off more than anything, especially in the bikepacking world, but I don't think you should knock it until you try it. It is so smooth to ride. I mean, going up the hills and changing gears is incredible. Even when you come to lights, that's the thing that I noticed more than anything. Getting towards the lights and you've not changed your gears before getting towards them, using the ETAB just makes it so much more easier to get off past the lights as well. As for the wheels on this bike, I'm running on the Revolve Terra SL. They are carbon wheels, with the front tyre being the 42 Specialized Tracer Pro tyres. This was the tyre that actually came with the bike. On the back, I got myself the Swaby Marathons because I did have 7 punctures in the first 10 days of riding on this bike. So I needed to make a change, and thank God I did. I've only had 1 puncture since, and that was a nail actually going through the tyre. So yeah, I couldn't recommend the Schwalbe more. The reason I didn't buy 2 of them is because I only had 1 of them in the shop. So the pros on this bike is pretty much everything that I've already gone over. The future shock suspension system has been a game changer. The internal storage has been a game changer. And the comfort on this bike is just like a bike packer's dream. As for the cons on the bike, there is one thing that I would add, but now that I've sorted the problem out, it's not really too bad for me. But they don't have no rear mounts on the back of the frame, so you have to get yourself a special rack that goes through the axle. They're all new basically, and I brought myself one off Amazon that actually went onto the back of the frame, caused a lot more damage than what it should have, and it ended up snapping. So I had to wait in Dubrovnik for 10 days waiting on a new rack to get delivered from Old Man Mountain, which a massive shout out for them guys for sorting me out, because the rack's been incredible. I'm no longer shaking back and forward with my pannier bags, and I imagine that's going to be saving me a lot of energy, and I just feel a lot more safer on the bike. So the price of this bike, if you are looking to buy it, the STR Pro comes in at £8,000. There are different models you can get for a lower price, like the STR Comp, that comes in at £4,500. And if you want an entry-level bike for the Specialized Diverge, they've got the E5, and I think that's around about £1,200, £1,300. So there are a lot of ranges on the Diverge what you can get, and I mean, I'm having the best time on mine so far. So if you do want to get one, I would 100% recommend it. So now moving on to the bags, and the setup that I've got for the bags is nothing but restrap from the panniers all the way to the handlebar bags, and I'm over the moon that I've actually travelled in with this company, because the quality of it is incredible. But not only that, how they're made and the design of them is great, because the first week of me being on the bike, I started finding compartments I didn't even know about, which has been a lifesaver for me for hiding valuable things such as money, passports, IDs, things like that. So yeah, I've been over the moon with the quality and the design of these bags so far. But what we'll do is we'll start off down at the back with the panniers, and then we'll make our way forward to the front to the handlebar bags, and I'll go through everything that I've got inside of. So this is a 22-litre restrap pannier bag, and let me tell you, you can fit some storage in here. One side I've got all my clothing, my laptop and my towel in. What I'll do is I'll leave a lift right here so you can see everything I've got. There's no point in going through all my underwear and socks and things like that, because I'm sure you already know if you can see the list. There's a cat coming into frame right now. You just do your thing, it's your world, we live in it, mate. It's not like we're doing a video here, alright brother? Oh no, she's gonna pull over the camera. Hey! Come on, you've got to get out of the way, mate. Thank you. The panniers are not the only thing that I have on the back of the bag as well. I also have my memory foam mattress. This goes underneath my blow-up mattress so I don't get no punctures in it. I've got my fishing rod that I've only caught 1 fish with at the moment, and it was about this big, and I've been fishing 10 times. So yeah, fingers crossed we can catch some more fish. Not on this leg of the trip now though, because I'm not going to see sea for another, I think 6 months. So yeah, it's a pretty long time. Also keep my water on the back of there, and I keep my temp poles on the back as well. Yeah, this mat right here is one thing that I'd recommend everyone to get. If they're not taking a chair with, this can act as a chair, is if you're in situations where you just want to chill out and lay down for the afternoon. This is just, yeah, perfect. So on the other side of the pannier bag, I wanted to go through everything and show you everything, just because I think there's some gems in there that you might want to buy. And if you do want to buy them, there will be a link in the description so you can grab them. But when I say I've got some gems here, some things that will change your whole bike packing setup. I mean, number one, this is at the top of the list. This thing right here, I've seen someone have one of these last year, a German bike packer. This is basically a washing machine in a bag. All you have to do is put all your clothes in there. I say all your clothes, however many clothes you've got when they're dirty, put them in there, put some water in there, washing up detergent. I say you're washing up detergent, I've just been putting shampoo in there. Zip it together, tie it back up, clip it together like so, and then all you got to do is roll it around and you get yourself some very clean clothes. I don't know if you've been seeing, but over 2 days in a row I'll be wearing the same t-shirt, and that's just because I've been cleaning them. That's a lie as well. Sometimes I don't clean them, I just go dirty. You know how it is on the bike sometimes. Also, I've got my big coat. This is what I was using as a pillow, but no longer a pillow. It's now just used as a coat for what it's meant for. Next up is this bad boy, the OEX Solo Camping Stove. This has been a game changer for me. It beats any screw-on camping stove. I know all of them screw on, but you know the little ones, the ones that I was using before were terrible. I mean, there'd be a gust of wind coming, it just took forever to get hot. This is thermal, so it keeps it warm. Obviously it's got a little bit of a wind protector as well, so we'll say if wind comes in it doesn't knock out the flame too much. And yeah, this has been a great little buy for me. I've been cooking all sorts in there. You get your pasta dishes in there, I've got some Huel dishes to go in there, some dry meals. So yeah, all in all it's been wicked. Also a nice little steal I got for myself off Amazon. I've been using this more than I thought I'd be using this. It is basically a kitchen setup. I've got a few Huel dishes that go in there. These are the bee's knees. I'm not really a fan of the dry food, but these right here are incredible. The spaghetti bolognese is my favourite by a country mile. My salt keeps busting out in there, which is, yeah, just a nightmare for me, but not a problem for you guys if you don't have salt, or just get a better salt container than what I've got. I'm not even joking, I've probably used about 10% of this and it's almost all gone, so it just spills out everywhere. But yeah, this is good to keep everything in. I've got a few spices going off in here. I've also got a big spoon, a knife, some scissors, and this thing right here, a chopping board, a mini chopping board. Sold. As soon as I seen it, I was having it. And I've been using it way more than what I thought I'd be using it. So yeah, wicked little steal there. I think it cost like 15 quid as well, so yeah, bargains. Not only that, I've got a pair of trainers in there for the days that I go hiking. I've also got all my electronic equipment, such as chargers and things like that. I just keep them at the bottom of the bag. But yeah, that's everything that goes into that pannier bag as well. So as for the frame bag, what I have is the full frame bag. It's a small one, it's a 6 litre one, because I don't know if you can see, but the frame of the STR Pro, it has a little chunk taken out of it, so they could put the rear suspension system in there. So what I decided to do was get the smaller bag for the smaller frame, and it works out pretty well for me because I can actually fit a drinks bottle in there as well, and I just bring it up to the front so I can fit a drinks bottle in there so I don't have to constantly get off my bike and re-energize myself. But in this bag right here is where all my camera gear goes. So usually I will have my 35mm camera in here, I'll have the camera that I'm shooting on right now, which is a Sony ZV-E10, the Insta360 X4 and the DJI Action Camera 5. But not only that, it has a secret compartment on the other side that I was touching on earlier where I keep all my passports, my IDs and my money. It just keeps it safe, and like I said, I didn't even know about it until like a week into the trip, which is a nice Brucey bonus. Everything was just sitting at the bottom of my bag getting damaged. As for the bolt on top tube bag, things that go in there is my power banks, and also I just keep some snacks in there like sweets for keeping my energy levels up for when I am on the road instead of jumping off the bike. Everything about convenience for me. I don't like getting off the bike, just as any other cyclists don't like getting off the bike. It's just an inconvenience completely. Finding somewhere to put up all this weight, or even just jumping off for a quick second to go for a piss, it just does my head in. It's one pet peeve I have about cycling or bike packing in general. So moving on to the front of the bike now, and this is where I keep all my camping gear, such as the tent, the sleeping bags and things like that. So we've got the two 6 litre, you don't want to leave me alone, do you? You don't want to leave me alone, bloody cats. You can have a bit of a fuss, but I've got to get back to the video and tell the people what we got for the camp. Is that alright? Give me a second. So the front of the bike on the forks, we've got two 6 litre fork bags, and in one side I've got my blow up mattress from OEX, and I've also got a pillow, which is a game changer. For the first trip I did bikepacking, I never took a pillow with me, I just used my coat, and I was adamant that a blow up pillow wouldn't make a difference. Let me tell you, getting one from Decathlon, which costs like a tenner, is well worth it. So if you are about to do a bikepacking trip and you don't know what to take with you, make getting a pillow priority number one. So on the other fork bag, that is where I cram my tent into. I've got the OEX Bandicoot 2-man tent. It is a light tent as well. Weight comes in at 1.6 kilos, which I'll be honest with you, it's pretty light, but like I say, I'm not really too bothered about the weight on what the bike is. I'm going to be on the bike for a very long time, so me just mentioning that weight makes no difference at all to what I will be carrying on this. Super spacious. I can fit all my stuff in there, so say if I want to take off my pannier bags and get everything inside for the night, say if it's raining. But not only that as well, I don't have to have pegs to pin it down, which is ideal for me. Say if I want to pitch up wherever I want, it's on concrete or it's on a little bit of gravel, then I don't have to stress about putting the pegs in because it just pops up and it's perfect. Moving on to my favorite bag now. This is the handlebar bag. It's a holster bag. It's 18 liters. It is 2 bags in one basically. At the front, what I do is I can fit my sleeping bag into it. It just literally, you cram it in there and it straps onto the top, and then you can clip it in, so you don't have to constantly carry on taking off your handlebar bag, which used to be a nightmare for me on my previous trip. And it also comes with a smaller bag at the front where I usually keep out my sun cream or my dinner or my lunch, what I'm going to be having for the day. I have slightly made a change because we are going into Turkey now, and it is 40 degrees inland, so it's going to be super hot. I've got myself a 2-litre water bottle to go in the middle there, so that's going to make sure that I'm keeping myself hydrated. A lot of people that I've met bikepacking on the road have all got one of these, so I just decided to get one. They all said it was a game changer. So yeah, I got influenced into buying one, and I think it's a good thing to buy. So that is pretty much the whole setup of the bike that I've got. I think it's time that we move on to this big 20,000 kilometer route that changes every other day. But from right now, this is the route that I'm going to be taking. So the route I've been on so far, the 15 countries that I've ticked off to get to this moment where I am right now in Istanbul, I ended up starting at Dover ferry port. I got the boat over, the ferry over to France, where I made my way into Belgium, where I ended up meeting this family. I ended up working on their farm for a few days. From there, I made my way into Luxembourg, back into Belgium, and then I went to Germany to tick off a bucket list moment for me. And I ended up going to the Black Forest and camped at this beautiful lake. Ended up getting woken up in the morning around about 7 in the morning by some Karen telling me I wasn't allowed to camp there. Trying to ruin the moment for me, but still at the same time, it was incredible. It was beautiful. From there, I ended up having my crash literally the same day that I left Black Forest. I crashed my bike, and it was a bit of a rough one. I'll insert clip here. Shit. After that disaster, I made my way down into Switzerland, went through the Swiss Alps, battered myself through Grimsel Pass. It was a horrible climb, but like I said, I came out the other side of it totally fine. Memories made, you know. And then we went through into the Dolomites, did a lot of passes through the Dolomites as well. The standout one for me was Passo Sella, a beautiful pass to go up, my favorite pass to go up as well out of all of them that I did. Made my way down into Slovenia for a little bit, made my way into Croatia, went into Bosnia, went back into Croatia where I had to spend 10 days waiting on a new bike rack because my other bike rack was broken. And then from there, this is where I deleted all my footage because I'm an absolute sausage. I went into Montenegro to Kotor, which is my favorite little town. If you ever get the chance to go to Kotor, not even on a bikepacking trip, I can't wait to go back there just on a holiday. It is a beautiful little town. Then from there, I ended up going into Albania, North Macedonia, down into Greece, across to Turkey where I am right now. And let me tell you, coming from Greece to Turkey, going down that highway, it is a death trap. If you can avoid it, by all means possible, avoid it, because it is a scary ride. I had to lock in. I ended up putting Kanye West's Games of Thrones album. Is Games of Thrones? I think that's the name of the album. And his Jesus album, and I locked in and I just went for it. I mean, I'm pretty confident on the bike, but I can imagine if you're not a confident person, you're gonna have a tough day in the saddle. And that's where we are right now. We're here in Istanbul. I've literally just got over some food poisoning from yesterday. I've never had food poisoning before, and then the next day still wanted to go back to the same place because that's how much I'm loving the food here right now. So yeah, this is where we are right now. This is going to be the trip going forward. We're going to go through Turkey into Georgia. I'm going to be getting my first flight over to Kazakhstan. Then we're going to make our way into Uzbekistan, down into Afghanistan, which is a country I'm excited for as well. From Afghanistan into Pakistan, India, then from India to Nepal, from Nepal at Kathmandu. I don't know whether I'm going to try and do the Everest base camp, depending on what's going on there. And the Al-Rula. I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, the pass up in Nepal, drop it in the comments below. I'm a very unorganized person. This route might change again and again and again. But from there, I'm going to get a flight over to Thailand, to Chiang Mai, up north in Thailand, because you can't go through Burma. They only allow certain people to go through, or they give out a certain amount of visas a year. Then we're going to go into Laos, then Vietnam, Cambodia, back into Thailand. Going to make our way down to Malaysia, into Singapore, get a ferry over to Indonesia, go down Indonesia through the Timor Islands, and then I'll be getting a flight over to Brizzy. I might get a flight to Cairns, depending on how I'm feeling and what time difference it is, because I'm only allowed 3 months in Australia. Make my way all the way down the coast, and then we're going to be finishing off in Melbourne to finish off the 20,000 kilometer trip. Not too many countries, do you know what I mean? I think there's about 31 countries in total. So we're halfway through the countries that we're meant to be going through, but now it's gonna get long. Like I said, we're only 4,000 kilometers in, 3,500, 4,000 kilometers in. We've still got another 16,000 kilometers, and we've got the same amount of countries to go through than we've just done in the first 3,500 to 4,000 kilometers. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to think. But like I say, I'm unsure when the next video is going to be getting uploaded, just because Turkey is a big country and I want to do the whole Turkey video as a whole. So if you've not watched any of the episodes so far, go back and watch all. I hope you end up subscribing to this channel, because yeah, it's just getting started and it's going to be a mental old journey. Let's go.